Hi, my name is Rian, a Rian Kage only from Sundance Mazda. I'm excited to show you a walk around of a 2020 Mazda CX-9 Signature AWD drive in jet black metallic in the new deep chestnut interior on the Signature series. So let's go. Say hello to the 2020 Mazda CX-9 Signature AWD drive. Before we get going here, I'm gonna just show you the new key fob design on this vehicle. This is a very similar fob that you get on the 2019 Mazda 3. Now, I like it. In Japan and the home market of Mazda, this is customizable. You can get red, green, I believe white, and other colors. So I think that's what's Mazda's new step in the future here in Canada or North America. Now that we're done with the keys, let's go proceed with the headlights. This comes standard with LED headlights, LED daytime running lamps, automatic high beam, adaptive headlights, and auto leveling features. A lot of features packed in the small housing here. Down here comes with parking sensors for the front, and also down here it comes with LED headlights. Because this is a Signature, there's one unique thing in this vehicle that you don't get on the other CX-9, which is this LED strip here. Now, out of all the Mazda models that Mazda made, this is the only one left that comes with this feature. The last car that had that feature was a 2016 Mazda 6 GTs. I have one personally, that's why I like this feature. You have your plexiglass here because this house is adaptive cruise controls and stuff, and also comes with your front camera here. Down here, this is your intercooler because this is the 2.5 Skyactiv turbo engine. And speaking of the engine, let's go proceed in it. Let's see what's under the hood. Just so you know, this hood here is made of aluminum, and same thing with the front fender on the right and on the left there. The reason why is to save weight on the vehicle itself. CX-9 is a pretty light vehicle for its class. So here we are on the engine bay. Again, as I said, this is a 2.5 four-cylinder Skyactiv engine with a turbo. This makes 250 horsepower on premium gas and all new 320 pound-feet of torque on 93 octane. Now that we're done the engine, let's move on. Let's go in the side profile of the vehicle. As you can tell, this is the same design of alloy since 2016, but Mazda did some update in it. It might not be significant, but overall it's still a change that I believe has significance in the vehicle. As you can tell, this is a little bit of a color. The old version was a silver bright finish. This now comes with dark alloy finish in it. I like it. It makes the CX a little bit sporty, and complementing the black obviously makes it a little bit more sporty. Let's go inside the car, hit unlock. Let's open this. Also, there's a way you can lock or unlock the vehicle by pushing this button. Welcome to the interior. As I've said a while ago, this comes with a deep chestnut interior. Mazda's moving away from the chroma brown interior that was offered only from 2016 to 2019 model year. On the door panel here, the design panel remains similar. You still get the same wood trim that you get from the old model years. However, this brownish black interior, I believe, looks more upscale than the other model years. On down here, I believe Mazda changed this up. As you can tell, I was sitting in this car yesterday and I kept looking. I'm like, is this black or brown? And that was nighttime, so it's hard for me to see if it's actually brown or black. But now it's like broad daylight here, and I can definitely tell that it has that brown finish in it. And it makes the interior a lot more pleasing to look at. And you know why? See this bar here? This aluminum bar here is a perfect split between the colors of the dash and this side here, because this is the brown side and this is the black one. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let me show you a few things before I show you more of the interior. This one here is to open the tailgate. This turns on the all-around camera. This one turns on and off your parking sensor and lane keeping assist. And new for the 2020 Mazda CX-9 is the off-road assist. So obviously that changes the older system of the Mazda. That complements more to the scenario that is needed for the vehicle. Let's go start all the accessories, close the door, and you hear that thump? Very, very solid. Here we are in the interior of the CX-9. You get this beautiful, very sporty steering wheel. It's smaller than usual. You have this a little bit of a lip here to have a little bit more control. Just so you know, even though this is a family hauler, this is still known to be fun to drive. You don't experience that you're driving really a 3-row crossover. It looks like and it feels like you're driving a CX-5, and that's because of the technology of GVC and obviously the engineering behind the Mazdas. In the steering wheel here, you have your volume controls on the left. All media controls will be here, and on the right side will all be your cruise control and adaptive cruise control settings. Just in here in the dash, this comes with a 7-inch TFT display that cycles through all information in the vehicle. On the left will be an analog display showing the RPM, and over here is temperature and fuel gauge on the right side. On the left side stock here, obviously this will house your automatic headlight controls and automatic high beam. This will house the rain sensing wipers and obviously the rear wipers in the back. The new changes in the dash here would be the absence of the bezels around. On the previous model years, there's a little bit of a thick 1-inch bezel, or even I think bigger than that, and makes the screen a little bit smaller. And Mazda listens to a lot of its current owners, which is awesome. And since they listen, they upgrade the screen from an 8-inch. It is now a 9-inch, and it creates a different atmosphere. And with Audis and a lot of German vehicles and other luxury Koreans or luxury Japanese makes, the smaller the bezel, it kind of makes it look more expensive. You know what I mean? It's just like with every iPad now, the smaller the bezel is, the more expensive it gets. The old iPad has a big bezel and it was relatively cheap, and this creates that experience. And you know what, it's a good job that Mazda listened this time. You still get the old MZD Connect or the Mazda Connect system here in North America. I like this system. In my 2016 Mazda 6, I have this with integrated Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It creates a good and easy experience, and you know what, that's not bad at all. In the applications menu here, it will house your Sirius XM fuel economy, vehicle status monitor, and the selection of Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Music, this comes with a full surround Bose audio system, which is definitely an orchestra whenever you see it. And the best thing about it is that it's not limited to the front passengers. Every single passenger has the 3D surround sound that Bose can offer, and it's specially made for the cabin of a CX-9. Down here, you do have your climate control. Here, you have your heated steering wheel, you have your heated seats, and the amazing cooled seats for the CX-9. Now, there's a difference in technology on our cooled seats, and what that is that instead of pumping air out in your body to make it cool, it's a little bit different. It actually sucks the heat between your body and the seat. And the best thing about that is that if it's summertime and you have your clothes off or you're sweating, it's not gonna give you the effect as if you're sitting in water, or that weird feeling that there's cold air blowing to your sweat. And this does not create that experience. So that's one few things that the CX-9 is kind of different in, small factors and some features. You do have your dual climate control. Tri-zone climate control on the CX-9, and the other control will be controllable in this console here, and I'll be showing to you that later. Let's just turn that off. Down here, you'll have your control for your 9-inch display here. You have your volume control, and down here you have your parking brake, and new for 2020 will be this auto hold feature. My car doesn't have this, and I've seen the benefit of having this, especially in drive-thrus. It's actually a very pleasant feature to have, and obviously once people get used to it, they want to have it coming forward. On the side here, Mazda has this, I think, metal finish in it, and even the door handle, you have this felt in here, so it feels expensive. It's not just plastic. And you have this bezel-free rear view mirror. Obviously that is auto dimming. Up here will be all LED lights all around the cabin, and obviously you'll have the sunroof up here. And to a lot of people, a lot of my clients ask, I'm like, why does Mazda don't put a panoramic sunroof? So very simple. So the reason why Mazda is not doing that is that, just think of a tissue box. When it's empty, when you throw it away, what I usually do is that I crumpled it and twist it. So that's the same concept as having a vehicle with a big roof in the middle. So when the vehicle flexes, the car flexes, and then that's when the glass breakage happens. And let me show you the details on this vehicle. This stitching here is different. This is handmade. And how you feel it with your hands, it feels really, really good. Here you go, a little bit of zoomed in. So this is a leather wrap heated steering wheel, and also I'll show you the double stitching in the door panel here. And then you can see the light behind, so that creates a beautiful night experience whenever you're driving it. And also adding to that touch is that this is lit, and as you can tell based on my camera, I can see that it's lit up, but it's a lot better at nighttime for sure. It is an experience worth feeling. One thing that I wish Mazda has will be the wireless charging here. This still remains an absence of that technology, and I hope coming in the future Mazda will be making that as a standard feature, because you know this space is perfect for phones, but it's just missing one key piece of technology that will make this car a lot more livable. Down here will be your cup holder. I like this the most, but you know what, when there is large cups, it kind of blocks using this, but it's one of those few pet peeves that I know about this vehicle. But you know what, it still remains a classic and beautiful and strong contender in the 3-row crossover market. Let's proceed in the back so I can show you the biggest difference on the options of this vehicle. Voila, here is the interior of a CX-9. It might look like it's a jet or something like that, or even Maybach style, but you know what, this is a good indication of where Mazda is heading. And just look at the detail of this seat, the piping. This is, just so you know, this is Napa leather interior. This is thousands of dollar options for a Mercedes or BMW, but Mazda has this standard on this trim level. And before I proceed inside, let me show you the door panel. It still has the same double stitching here, the aluminum design, just different textures all in one door panel. As you can tell, I'll zoom in a little bit, see that texture, and then this is a smoother texture, and then aluminum, and then leather, and then the double stitching, and again the same pattern here. So it creates different texture, different depth, I believe. And now that we're down there, let's go here. This is the same 3rd row, however there's Mazda added 2 USB ports here, and they are located just right there, and the other one will be located in the same spot. So the families of the modern families nowadays do require USB ports, because majority of the population or kids do have smartphones now. Let's go inside. Let me turn on the lights here because it's pretty dark. Here it is. This is what I like the most. This concept here is brought by the CX-8. Now the Mazda CX-8 is not offered in North America. The CX-8 is a vehicle that is similar to the CX-5 but a little bit longer. But anyway, the focus is this vehicle here. You do have 2 heated seats control here. You have your cup holder here. There is a hidden compartment located here, so if you need to stash things in here, you can hide things, especially chargers or cables or whatsoever. Down here you have a very deep space in here that will house another 2 USB ports for the passengers in here. In the back here, as I told you, it comes with the tri-zone climate control, and everything's controlled in here. Also and this is where the other controls for the climate control. This is for the rear passengers, and this controls here can also be controlled by the driver in front. Located down here, you have 2 compartments for storage, and same goes with the passenger side. You do have those covers there for best, and also the CX-9 Signature comes standard with the sunshades here, which is perfect for toddlers, kids, or anyone that will be sitting in the second row. Now let me show you the details inside. Because this is Mazda's luxury line, what I like the most is that this plastic piece here too, this is not black anymore. It's not like a brown and then black kind of finish. Mazda stepped away from that and they want to make the seat kind of uniform, and they made this plastic part here similar color to the seats. And look, even over there, something that people don't see, they've also made that as standard in this vehicle. Obviously the black piece underneath that is something that people don't see, and even how the cables are tucked in, it's well placed. You don't see anything hanging under the seats or even on the driver's seat here. Mazda is really focused in details, and it is evident in every single car they build. One thing that I like the most is that they made the ISOFIX plugins a lot easier to access. The older one, my Mazda 6, you have to jam your fingers or hands in it so you can just put the car seat in there safely. The rear seats are not lacking of beauty. You still get the stitching, the same amount of leather, and you also see the brown piece there, so there's no the Mazda's focus is not to cheap out on the third row, because a lot of manufacturers, when they go third row, it kind of cheapens out, and Mazda's obviously that is not their motto, that is not their excuse. You can still see the speakers all around there. There's cup holders in each side. Now let's go proceed on. New for the 2020 Mazda CX-9 will be this hands-free tailgate. So just put your foot in there. Voila. And here's the cargo space in the back. Nothing has changed, and this will house you your spare tire and your Bose audio system. In the back here as well, this comes with a 12-volt plug-in. Cargo spaces in here just tucked away. And also on this side, that's pretty deep. You can hide your booster cables or whatsoever in there, and folding in the back. Here you go. Here you go. So I hope you liked that video. Again, thank you for watching. Again, it's Rian, a rear-end car guy only here from Sundance Mazda. We're located in Edmonton, Alberta.